So, taking a test in my class. Before the test, I'm going to pass out this paper. It's a quiz or test slip. And right now, you are going to put your name right here. Okay? What does it say? It says this quiz or test is for the parent or guardian of, and your name goes right here. Okay? And then right here it says the score received on the practice quiz or practice test is written below. It says name of practice assessment. So we had a practice test. It was called the Unit 0 practice test. So everybody should write that in. And you had an unlimited amount of opportunities to take that test. It had video explanations attached to it. And I want you to document your score. The best score is the one that went into your grade. So I want you to actually document it. If you didn't finish it, you needed to finish it before the actual test. So if you haven't finished it, that's going to be a 0. And you could put, I didn't finish. All right? But you should have finished it. You had 2 nights to do it. You always have a couple of nights. And you had all class period yesterday to do it. So you should have a grade here. Hopefully it's a good one, especially because I give you the answers on video. And you can take it as many times as you want. So anyways, document your grade. So if you got like an 85, put an 85 right there. If you didn't finish it, put a didn't finish and put a 0 because it went in as a 0 if you didn't finish. And then you're going to get the actual test. You're going to take the test. And immediately when you finish the test, you're going to have your grade. You'll know your grade. So down here, it says the name of the actual test. Right here, you're going to put for today, Unit 0 test or test Unit 0. And hopefully you get a good grade. I'm doing this so you could actually compare and think about, well, did I even take the practice test serious? What grade did I get on there? And if you got a good grade, then you'll probably see that you got a good grade here, right? Or maybe if you didn't finish it and you got a 0, maybe that's why you got an F on today's test, right? Anyways, you fill this out right now. You're going to take the test, and then when you're done with the test, you're going to fill this out. And then you're going to tape this in your notebook on today's date and day. So obviously in your notebook, you're going to put Friday and today's date, right? And you tape it in there and you sign it with today's date and your parents sign it or guardians sign it with today's date. And this will be in your notebook. You're not turning it in on Monday, but you are going to have it in your notebook if I ask to see it on Monday. It should be taped in your notebook. Anyway, let's get to the actual test. On the test, it is on quizzes online in your Chromebooks. However, I will hand out this blank piece of paper. On every single test, I'll hand out this blank piece of paper. You're going to put your name right here. You're going to put the name of the assessment. And today's name is Test Unit 0. And of course, put today's date and period. Very important that you put the period down right here. So you have a bunch of blank boxes here. And you're going to show your work on those questions that require work. So if this is your first question on quizzes and it says classify -2, there's no work to show. I mean, you should know that that is integer, right? And there is no integer, right? So anyway, so you don't need to show any work, so it's pointless to write down classify -2. It's pointless. Now on this one for sure, you're going to have to show some work. So this one for sure, I would copy down in your blank spot. So like 3/8 plus 1/6. Why? Because the only way you could add fractions is to get a common denominator. So you would think, could I change 6 to become 8? No, I can't. Double 8, that'd be 16. Could I change 6 to become 16? No, you can't. Triple it, 24. You could change both of them to 24. So you have to show some work, right? How do you change 8 to become 24? You multiply by 3 and so on, right? So you got to show work on these types of problems. So on the ones that you have to show work, please jot it down and show your work and get a final answer and box it in or circle it, right? Whatever your answer is. You see, the deal is this. On this first test, there's not that many questions to show work on, but in future tests, you're going to have to show work on all questions. And what happens is, if I see that you didn't show your work, if I'm looking for this question and I don't see the work, and I ask you, hey, where's the work? And you're like, oh, I did in my head. And if you are not able to explain to me how you did it in your head, or you're not able to do do it again in your head, then I do have the right to go back and mark this wrong. So it's very important that you show all the work on those questions that are necessary to show work. Okay? So this, very important, show your work, turn it in at the end of class, and you turn it in at my desk. Right there. Okay? So whenever you finish, you get up quietly, turn it in right here at the corner of my desk, and that's proof that you know what you're doing on those tests. Of course, you don't need to show all your work on all of them. Some of them are really simple, like classify, but do show your work on all that require work. So once you do turn it in and you're done, go back to your paper, the slip, and of course, go to your Unit 0 test, and hopefully you guys got a good grade. But let's say you didn't get a good grade. Let's say you got a 55% F. Okay, well, you're gonna have to sign it, tape it in your notebook, show it to your parents, but explain to them that you could retake this test, okay? So if you got a grade that you're not satisfied with, keep studying over the weekend, study the practice test some more, watch the videos, and then come in Monday after school or Tuesday or Wednesday. I would like you to do retakes within 1 week. So at some point next week after school, I'll be here after school every day, except for short Wednesdays and Fridays, and you could retake it after school, and whatever, if you get a better grade on the retake, I will replace your grade. Okay. So again, do not turn this paper in. You're gonna tape it in your notebook with today's date and date, and I will check your signatures later.